Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review episode number 51. This I'm reviewing the 953rd episode of the anime, Labyrinth Cocktail. Well, the Unsolved Cocktail Case, yeah. This episode is adapted from the rest of chapter 1010, and it covers the first, 13 and a half pages of chapter 1011. Yep. Now the thing with this episode picks up right where last week's episode left off, with him talking about stuff we've already seen. Yeah. If you watch this episode, I would say the first 5 minutes, just recapping some stuff from last week, like the panicking phone, what's the rich guy's name? Morinoka going out to retrieve the butler's glasses. They mentioned the whole thing about Yuri had to go back to back because she had replaced a cuffling. Yeah, that's recapped in pretty much the first 5 minutes via stock footage. My only guess is because they want to stretch out this particular arc as it is. Now there is some new flashbacks. There's some new revelations about Mukken in this episode. The fact that when he was younger, apparently he took a woman that he was in love with, and took her to the place called Tanzuro, and they sort of elope, but he was forced to come back due to the fact he was actually engaged. Yep. So, and the butler, Benjima, Fumazaki, who is actually, believe it or not, 22 years older than he is, and yet he refers to him as, get this, Benjima Kun. Normally, someone refers to someone younger, but this occasionally this happened where someone is slightly old. They might refer to him as sort of like a kun as part of a suffix for this particular character. And they suspect he might be a womanizer, which, well, he was a playboy when he was younger. Okay. They also reveal apparently he had, according to his bodyguards, this is of course Amuro and Conan talking about this. Apparently he had recently lost weight and put weight back on. He was also injuring himself frequently prior to this, aside from the injuring letter, the threatening letter. Okay, and apparently Amuro is remembering something from his childhood when he knew the Mino family. Well, mostly it's Anita's parents. Yep, yeah, Anita's parents and her sister, who actually appeared in this episode in the flashback. Though she appears in this episode as a little girl. Yeah, apparently she brought her to her mother, who was a doctor, to treat his wounds from a fight he had with a friend of his. Okay? Afterwards, she's like, can't go back here again and fight again? It's like, no, we don't treat boys getting in fights. But if it's not a fight, well, basically, treat your wounds. And that's simply it when it comes to that. This whole flashback, if you watch it in the episode, it takes up a good 5 minutes of the episode. There's a little bit he's remembering, and then later on he's basically remembering. And this kind of ties into what he thinks the possible resolution of the storyline is. Rich and Moore act like an idiot like usual. Conan basically puts something quite useful, and he gets smacked in the head for it, just like he normally does. Now, I've got to point this out, though, about Rich Moore. It seems that, though, like every single time this man has shown up, he's generally wore the same exact outfit. Like, even Conan occasionally trades outfits. Heck, Maguire wears occasionally outfit. Now, Takagi, I can accept him wearing the same attire because that's basically his uniform. But Richard Moore, he's a PI. He doesn't have to wear the same clothes all the time. But generally, yeah, he generally wears the same thing all the time. At least Amuro basically does wear the same. Not even his daughter Rachel gets a chance to wear anything. Well, wear the same thing. She doesn't do anything in this particular episode. You see her talking briefly and she's talking to Conan. He just disappeared. That leads into the whole thing talking to the bodyguards. Which, okay, at least they're actually doing actual investigating. Richard Moore, like usual, does nothing. For being a private investigator, he doesn't do any investigating, just stands around and does nothing. He just overhears a conversation and assumes a wrong deduction. And apparently, here's the thing: the the rich guy working on his butler, both basically, well, he says he killed Yuri, and it turns out that no, he actually rescinded his confession because he didn't actually kill her. They suspect this other woman killed her because apparently she's been jealous of Yuri's success. Because apparently she's been number one for the past 2 years, but Yuri was catching up with her, so she was getting quite jealous. Okay. And it's also revealed in this episode that Moko's wife actually passed away 6 months prior to the episode. Okay. I mean, aside from some revelations, there's no like real evidence presented in this whole episode. Yeah, well, there's one thing that's revealed. Apparently, the butler took Yuri outside, talked to her for a bit, and gave her a big envelope. My personal theory is it's full of cash, though it could also have had her birth certificate. It's possible. And it's actually the shot that was mentioned last episode that he actually frequents. That's actually seen in this episode. Yes, they actually show it. Which the manga, they actually don't show it at all. Well, not that I saw anyways. Yep. Of course, he had this weird animation thing where first we have the rich guy and his butler talking to each other for about something. And then we have waitress who's jealous of Yuri. Her name is Marikama. Yeah. She's later seen talking to him too. And then it turns into, oh yeah, let's just basically have her be badmouthed by the rich guy. Yeah, it's particularly very awkward how some of the editing is in this episode. But this is an okay episode. But it is basically going to wrap up next week. So this last week's episode was pretty good. This one I describe as okay. You can describe this episode as basically dragging its heels because the anime does not want to catch the manga up too quickly, because to do that, they'll have to produce a boatload of filler episodes. They did that for season 5. They produced 14 filler episodes in a row. And of course, right after the next episode, we're going right back to filler until whenever they adapt the next arc, which is probably part of the police love story stuff. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. I might have time to do one more today, and that'll be basically reviewing what's left of Season 2 for Triple X Holic. Aside from that, that'll be pretty much it. Till tomorrow, I'll hopefully finish up Triple X Holic, along with doing reviews of 2 miniseries. Also doing the reviews for newest episodes of One Piece, Boruto, and Dragon Ball Super. Yep, and that'll be pretty much it, okay? See you next view. Bye.